So this conflict is just a part of the whole relationship. So you don't sacrifice the entire relationship just because you have one conflict.
You've
Yeah.
you've also talked about in the past about using an Asian way of dispute resolution, which
Mm.
I like the sound of that. I wanted to give you the opportunity or just learn a little bit more about what do you mean by this Asian way of dispute resolution um, when it comes to well difficult land and sea disagreements, and what is a parallel that you would draw with the Western-oriented approach of dispute settlement or dispute management?
I think when you talk about the Asian way of resolving conflict or dispute as against to the Western way, especially the American way of resolving conflict or dispute, it's very simple. Usually Asian people, when we have conflict with other people, usually we don't make it like we don't escalate it. It's a very
Mhm.
simple in if you go to any other countries in Asia, if you have a conflict with with another person in the Asian context, you don't escalate it. The first thing that you do, either you talk one on one, or if you cannot talk to the person, or because maybe you're shy or you don't know how to approach, sometimes you go to the relatives of that person and talk to them and how you're going to patch things up or how you're going to resolve it. So there's one so basic in Asian way of resolving conflict is you don't escalate. That is one thing. You don't go to the court and file a case against another person because you want to prove that you're right. Usually Asian people don't do that. We don't do that.
Mm.
So, but if you look at the context of the Western side of things, Western world, usually when they have conflict, they're too loud. They want the whole world to know. Sometimes they put it on out in public in the media, or sometimes they file a case already, even if there are other ways of resolving the conflict, like for example mediation through a third party like relatives. That is how we resolve our own conflict, even in our own family, even with our friends. So this is the huge difference. Where the Asian people prioritize harmony first, even if we have conflict between each other. But what our priority is the bigger, first and foremost, what we prioritize is harmony within the community. You don't go out of your way to disrupt the harmony and the coherence, or the closeness of the community because you have a conflict with someone who is a member of the same community. We don't do that. We try to resolve
Mm.
it quietly as much as possible, do back channeling, do some kind of mediation with leaders of the community, or even relatives of the community. That's how we do things. And sometimes conflict, even if it's too hard to resolve, it's resolved precisely because you don't shame the other person publicly. So things are
Mm.
resolved quietly as well. We want things to be resolved quietly, not necessarily on media. So that's why in the context of the South China Sea, that's why I'm saying that the Philippines should rethink its approach to the South China Sea when you talk about resolving conflict, especially with China, because the Philippines is very fixated, especially the current government is fixated that the conflict in the South China Sea is it's only between China and the Philippines, which is not. It's a regional conflict.
Mm.
There are other regional players involved. So for me, I would always, when I write about these things and in a way offered unsolicited advice, is I said try to think in an Asian way in resolving conflict. Talk to
Mm.
China directly, bilaterally speaking. Now, if you cannot talk to China directly because you're maybe shy, or you have something in your inside you that is, you have that feeling of animosity or not comfort, then find someone else that can talk to China and make your grievances known. But don't put it out in public, or don't file a case in the arbitration, because this will never resolve conflict. It just promote more and more misunderstanding
Clashes.
and disagreements. But in the Western side of the world, it's really confrontational. Everything has to be confrontational. Everything has to be put out in public, in media, in the court. And, it's confrontational always, and belligerent in
Mm.
many ways. And it, instead of creating harmony and in actually bridging gap, the more that the gap widen to the point that like if you have a conflict with someone, you really would end up the enemy of that person or of that country,
Mm.
precisely because everything is escalated. You in our side of the world, we don't do that. So sometimes we really don't have this perception of having an enemy, precisely because the conflict is just one part, but the whole relationship has many other parts. So this conflict is just a part of the whole relationship. So you don't sacrifice the entire relationship just because you have one conflict, which is not the definition of your relationship, may it be a person or may it be a country. That's why in my case, I always say, when you talk about the South China Sea and the relationship between China and the Philippines, the South China Sea dispute is just one part of the entire diplomatic relation and what you call people to people relation, or what you call bilateral relationship of the two countries. It does not define the bilateral relation of the two countries. But because many in our country probably were too Americanized in every way because of our colonial past, and we were under the colony of America. So our way is very, aggressive, confrontational in many ways, that, to be frank with you, nothing happened. Look, did we resolve our conflict with China on the South China Sea by having this kind of strategy? None. By having this megaphone diplomacy? None. Rather, it escalated, and our relationship with China is not good at the moment. So maybe that's why I'm always saying, maybe it's time for the Philippine government, it's time for the Philippines to change its strategy and probably adopt a more Asian way, an Oriental way of looking at things and approach. Precisely because we're Asian, we're not Americans, and we're not from the West. We're Asian. An Asian to Asian
Mm.
way of doing things, I think, works, because the other side, China, if you really look at China, China is it epitomizes the Asian way of doing things. I'm not kidding. I kind of pretty much understand China in many ways, so I know that if you do that, if you approach China in the Asian way, quiet diplomacy, I think we will have progress in resolving our dispute with China, especially when you talk about the South China Sea issue. Yeah.
Through my years here in China, I have come to understand the importance of harmony for Chinese society. And when you talk to Westerners, it's just something very difficult to understand. And why would you do that? Like, well, because it's better to preserve harmony. It just doesn't register in a lot of Western minds the importance, the benefits, or the investment that it actually is when you work in building up and keeping the harmony. I was
I
wondering
also,
though. Yeah.
Fernando, one last point on this issue. It's like this. Asian people, to be honest with you, we are concerned more of the whole community, not just of
Mhm.
our individuality. I think that's the difference in the Western side of the world. They are concerned more of individual rights rather than the preservation of harmony in the whole community. If you put it in the in the context of countries or region, I think the Asian way is, we want to preserve harmony in our region. Let's not quarrel. Let's resolve issues peacefully, diplomatically, and negotiations. Let's not be so belligerent about these things. We can talk, we can resolve it, because we want to preserve the harmony in the regional among regional countries, because this benefits us. If you disrupt this, it will not benefit us, because Asian really cares more for the community. And if you broaden it in a regional perspective, the whole regional community. But the Western side is more, this is mine, this is my right, I need to assert this. So individually, if you put it in the individual context, you put it in the state level context, it's like that. America will be great again. America is the king of the world. America will impose tariff and all of this because that benefits us. But what about the world? Does it benefit the world? So, that's how they
Mhm.
think. That's the Western way of perspective. So I'm like, no, you are not alone in this world. There are a lot of countries in this world. So probably think of other countries. Are you disrupting the harmony in the world, or are you creating problems in the world? That is the difference when you talk about mindset and thinking and logic, I think. So that's what I'm saying as well. When I say like, let's approach certain things in an Asian way. The basic word, I think, as you've said, is harmony. Despite there's problem, let's preserve harmony. Let's talk. Let's not compromise the community. May it be regional community or as a country or within a country community, something to that effect. Yeah.